Floor is yours.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast post Fontana. Uh, I know we're a little late. Sometimes life gets in the way and nobody's paying us, so it is what it is. Uh, what'd you think?
I think I'm with everybody. There's probably a really good race. It was action packed. People could go all over the place. I would say it's probably one of the. Don't expect every race to be like this, but it was a good race. And of
I
course,
agree.
Kyle Busch. If people aren't afraid now, they need to be afraid of what his potential is for the year.
Well, I will quote, and I don't have his name in front of me, but the president of TRD Racing. I don't want to race against a pissed off Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
They just found, I mean, he had a speeding penalty. I believe he had a loose wheel or.
Well, think about it. Here, let's just recap Kyle Busch this year, okay? The Clash. He gets spun out, goes to the tail end of the line, works his way back up to second or third at that horrible track where you couldn't pass, and he was, okay? Recap to Daytona. He crashed his main car, backup car, fucking leading the pack, and he was about to win until that last lap crash. And then this week, every week he has been up there in 3 different types of tracks. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. You just better watch out.
The rest of the field needs to look out. I got a big kick out of a couple of posts through various sites or pages that I follow. Oh, Kyle Busch isn't guaranteed in to the championship. Well, their rationality is it's only one win, and there's probably going to be more than 16 winners. My thought is, you think this is the only race he's gonna win?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Do you not realize Vegas is his home track, and he's reinvigorated? He's juiced up right now. You don't think he's not gonna lead Vegas? Have potential be there in the top. He's gonna be there at the end if he doesn't get next gen card. But
I'm gonna put it this way. I personally do not see a track on this schedule that he doesn't have the possibility of winning. Whether it's a super speedway, an intermediate, a short track, a road course.
I was thinking the same thing. I think the road course might be his only Achilles heel, but if he has struggles at them, he's fine. Really.
He's had brilliance at a few of them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that, but if I would have to choose anything that's his Achilles heel or his kryptonite, would be a road course. But he's not bad. He's always,
So he's mediocre.
Yeah. So yeah, he can win every race if, that lightning strikes. But he's not like.
I just think he is a man on a mission. I think that I've always said that he's got more talent than most people out there. I won't quantify that, but I just believe he does. I was not at all surprised. Well, look, you and I both called it.
That's what I'm trying to find. That's what I'm trying. Well, I'm trying to find our pre-race predictions. I have it printed somewhere. Where'd it go?
I got it. It's Busch and Busch. We both said it.
No. Yeah. My 10 race or preseason predictions. Where'd it go? I think I said Kyle Busch will win 5 races or something like that.
Now that I don't remember, but if you did, you did.
You wrote every one of my predictions down somewhere.
Let me see if I can find it. It must be
I don't know where I put it.
Was that with the no?
I think I said Kyle Busch 3 to 5 wins this year.
I'm at the point where I will tell you 3 to 5 might be low.
Well, right here, I have my predictions of the top 4. Larson, Busch, Elliott, and Truex. Busch is in there, so that just tells me.
Well,
yeah, I don't know where it's at.
I'm not at all surprised because the only area you beat me on this was the dark horse end of things, and you because you could, you said Elliott.
Yeah.
Guess who finished second? Elliott. Okay, so I'll give you that one. I took Reddick because I really wanted to do a dark horse, and
he's having a rough start. He's just a little, he's last in points.
Yeah,
Jimmy
34th.
Johnson is ahead of him in points. Just saying.
You got a point. So, real quick, let's go ahead and do the top 10 for Fontana, and then we'll get into some other things. We had Kyle Busch, Elliott, Chastain, Suarez, Harvick, Hamlin, Keselowski, Bowman, Dillon, and Logano. So those were your top 10. Bubba Watch, he was 30th.
I mean, right where he belongs.
Agreed. Let's see. What have I got here?
Okay,
I want to do.
I got a little just. What are they gonna do to Bubba's team to try to make him better? Because they were switching cars and pit crews and pit members. So what are they gonna do this year? Same thing? Take it from Reddick? Or Christopher Bell's team again?
That I do not know. I just we'll see. There's a lot of chatter out on some of the social sites. I'm trying to find the standings.
I got the standings. I can get it.
All right, do that and get it over with.
Standings, I'll go through the top 10 and then do notables. Chastain's number 1. But you gotta realize, this is gonna change a lot for the first 5 to 8 races just because it's so tight and new. So Chastain's 1, Logano 2nd, Bowman 3rd, Harvick 4th, Suarez is 5th, Buescher is 6th, Stenhouse is 7, Kyle Busch is 8th with the win, and Stenhouse with the win. They're both getting into the championship. Hamlin is 9th, Keselowski is 10, notables, Truex Jr. is 11th, Elliott is 14th, Blaney's 12th, I would say Ty Gibbs is 17, Bell is 15, Kyle Larson is having a rough start, he's 24, Noah Gragson is 27, Byron 29, Briscoe 33rd, and like I said, Tyler Reddick is last in 38th. So Tyler Reddick better start because he only has a little 4 point.
He's having a tough start. I hope he's happy. I hope Michael J is paying him good.
Yeah.
You know, it's... I think Tyler Reddick made a huge mistake.
Yep.
But that is just me. All right. What I want to go into next, and I've got to find it, because I'm really irritated about this. And that is the starting lineup, because we all know weather had a factor, so they went to their metrics. And I can't find it right now. Maybe you can search it real quick, because I'm working on an iPad here that just doesn't want to cooperate.
NASCAR
It is
relay
such
rules.
a convoluted. You almost need a doctorate's degree from MIT to figure out who's going to win. And my point about all of this is it used to be simple. You go by point standing. Stenhouse won the Daytona 500. They're only one race in, so he should have got the pole. But no, because of the way they have the point standings, or the way they figure the points, Logano was in first place going into Fontana. So he should have got the pole. Oh, hell no. Christopher Bell gets the pole because of their metrics. And it's got something to do with things that have nothing to do with performance of this year. And I'm hoping you can find it real quick so we can kind of kick it around, because I can't. It just irritated me to no end. It was ridiculous. What you got to go, certain percent of owner's points, certain percent of last race performance, certain percent of
the formula. They're in the COVID. They're in lineup. Formula is as follows: rank in owner standings is 35%. Finish in previous race of the drivers 25%. Finish in previous race as a car owner is 20%. Rank of drivers fastest lap in the previous race is 15.
That's crap. Why? I don't understand that. Why do they have to make it so difficult? Why can't you just go? I mean, it's very simple. Whoever's first in points, post previous race, if you have a rain out situation, they're on the pole. It's that simple. And it's, I don't know. I hate this. And I think they're turning away fans, because I saw, again, on many sites on social media, when Christopher Bell gets the pole, they're like, what? What the hell?
Yeah, even on the NASCAR site from their posts is fastest lap time position 15%, drivers final race position 25, owners final race position 25, owners points position 35. 40 cars entered, 2 cars will head home on the qual. Yeah, that's pretty insane.
I don't get it. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that NASCAR, stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, when they announced Christopher Bell, and I was like, okay, I'm like, all right, cool. Stenhouse won the pole. No, I'm like, what the hell? I didn't. Yeah, I was confused.
First in points. No.
Yeah, I was so confused. Yeah, that was that is a problem.
Confused. It's a big problem.
So I think I seen someone post. I don't know, one of the comments or something. I don't even remember where it was. Oh, they're doing anything they can just give Bubba Wallace a top chance.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of things of that nature. All right. Let's do some quick hits. I don't want to say the place was packed, but they had a very good presence.
I was actually watching some clips today of past races, and I was looking at the stands, and compared to this weekend, they were more people there than in those clips. So people went to it, but I think also to be in the last time at the 2 mile also helped sell. I
agree. I think it was the last. And again, I want to reiterate, that and I've been watching NASCAR and involved since when Roger Penske built that track and put it on. That was probably one of the, at least to me, in the top 5 races that they had at Fontana. I don't know if everybody, knew this was the last time they were going to race on that track in that configuration, and they hung it out there. It was. I texted you during the race that, man, this is one of the best races I've ever seen at Fontana. It was unbelievable. The excitement, the drama, the storylines that were going. I mean, Kyle Larson having motor problems early on. I think it was lap 14.
Piss me off. Is my driver?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to that. You might want to get that belt boxed up for transport.
He still got
a
lot of races.
Kyle Larson, it was lap 14. I've got that wrote down. It was a good race. It was, the people were involved. There was just a lot of storylines that went on. I mean, Keselowski spins on lap 43 while he's in 13th. Corey LaJoie, you talk about a dart with no feathers. That boy was involved in almost everything that happened. Every time he turned around, if there was an accident or a caution, bullseye, Corey LaJoie. I don't know what was going on with him, but he banged a couple of people. The Allmendinger crash at lap 76. Now, I will say, Blaney did get into LaJoie and pulled up, or got Truex. No, Truex got tangled up on pit road. But it just seemed like every time he turned around, LaJoie was involved. Other things that happened, Blaney on the tire hose at the end of stage 1 kind of ruined his day. Reddick is the one that kicked LaJoie to the curb, and I don't remember what lap that was, but it was after the first 2 incidents, and he just blasted him and said, "Bye-bye. Well, I had enough of you."
Well, he's paying for it now.
Yep. Daniel Suarez was impressive throughout the whole. He was top 10 all day long.
Trackhouse is, and right now they're literally just a cousin of Hendrick right now. The way they're performing, they're literally just Hendrick. Just call him Hendrick. It's all Hendrick, everything on their cars. So that's why they're performing. But they got good drivers. Surprisingly, Suarez is finally coming around.
He's making good decisions. 2 milestones I want to talk about. Obviously, Kevin Harvick. 750th straight without a miss start.
I remember. Now that you're saying that, I remember going to, I think it was the Michigan race, and they were having Terry Labonte Ironman 500. And that was a lot back then, So they're calling that, and think about 750, that's, and, he wasn't even supposed to be in the 2000.
Almost 790 something if he hadn't have gotten suspended for a race, in a truck race where he, I don't know if you remember this. Where
there was an incident. I can't remember.
Greg Biffle. I think it was Greg Biffle or me. I don't remember. But if he hadn't got suspended for a race for that little altercation, he'd be second on the list. But 750 straight. That is amazing. And then the other milestone is Kyle Busch. 19 straight seasons with a win.
There's 2 of them right there. What goes with that?
Petty is 1.
No, what goes with the Kyle Busch one? There's a tandem there.
Oh, his brother.
The most winningest brothers now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As far as that, I wasn't even going there. But as far as the most winningest brothers, it's the Busch boys.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm talking about 19 seasons in a row with a win.
Yes.
Kyle Busch is in company with Richard Petty and I think Jeff Gordon.
I'd have to look. But he's the most winning. He's the number 1 now.
Yep. And then one more thing that I wanted to bring up because I found it comical. I didn't know what happened during the race. Joey Logano actually hit a cat on the track.
Really?
There's a if you can remember during the broadcast, they were talking about stuff on, I think it was Harvick's camera. There was somebody else, and they were saying somebody hit a bird. It wasn't a bird. It was a cat.
Why?
And it was a black cat.
Oh, man.
But Logano hit a cat during the race on the track. And they didn't call a caution for it. They went and cleaned it up after the next caution came out. Kind of like...
Yeah, they don't want to...
Everybody see this. But Logano hit a cat.
Didn't know that.
So... Alright. One more thing, and Fontana's in the books. And man, am I going to enjoy this one.
You better, because I did horrible.
I had a 185 in our... And I actually had to put Larson back in because of Christopher Bell.
If I knew Larson was going to actually keep racing, I would have put him in over Allmendinger when he...
Yep. But I got that, and I also got the league lead. The thing that kills me is my little throwaway league that you've got one also that's just kind of out there floating.
Yeah.
That's kicking ass. I had Harvick, Chastain, Hamlin, Cindric, and Jones. And I'm like, holy moly. What killed me was the pick 4. But to that end, anybody listening to us or watching us, join us on NASCAR.com and search Burn It Down Podcast and let's play. But I finally ahead of you. I think it's been
10
almost
points.
a year.
10 points.
It's almost a year, so give me my due.
Bask in glory for now.
Yeah, just get that belt boxed up because it's coming my way.
You got a long way to go.
It's a long season. All right. That wraps up, for me at least, Fontana, unless you have anything else you'd like to add to it.
Nope.
Overall, it was a really good race. I did enjoy it. I was shocked at the action. Granted, Fontana, they can race 4 or 5 wide. There was just a lot of cool things that happened. There was more action than I have seen in my memory. Yeah, they were accidents and stuff like that, but Logano kind of fluttered on the restart that one time and caused the big one, which again, in my memory, I don't remember seeing the big one at Fontana. And that was the last time we're going to race on 2 miles at Fontana. Supposedly,
I'm hoping they get that new track done for the half mile, 3/4 track they're trying to put in there. Hope they get enough.
Yeah.
Get it going. They better be starting tearing down now. They got a whole year to
No,
get
I
that
haven't
done.
seen any. Yeah, I haven't seen any media reports, so I don't know exactly what the status of that is. But
I saw a
I know.
video. I saw a video of an update of North Wilkesboro. Holy shit! What that
Yeah.
place is, that's gonna look like a brand new track. They're
Yeah.
ahead of schedule because the nice weather going on. They're keeping a lot of nostalgia, but also updating. The whole infield's gonna be paved. It's no longer dirt, but they are keeping the lift, which it's this North Wilkesboro is gonna be the most watched NASCAR race of the year besides Daytona. It will be.
Oh, the All-Star race?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It absolutely will be.
I know. We always talk about it, but like, there was a little update video I saw. Somebody had a drone, and it was there. It's going to be. We've already talked about it. A regular on the season after this year, 2024. It's going to be on the schedule.
If I had to place money, I would say you're correct, and that next year Rockingham's going to be the All-Star race.
Yep.
All right. Let's move into a few little news and views here. One thing I've got wrote down, and then I'm looking at some other stuff, but we all know Larson's doing the double this year on Memorial Day, where he's going to run the Indy 500 for McLaren.
Yep.
And do, obviously, the Coke 600.
Correct.
And word just came out. He signed an extension that he's also going to do it in 2025.
He's going to do 2 back-to-back. Yep.
Yep. So, I think that's pretty awesome. I really do. Front Row Motorsports is going to run a third car at Talladega for Todd Gilliland.
Todd's already in the 36, so who's going to be the third driver?
All it says is they're going to run a third car for maybe Doesn't Gilliland have like a part schedule?
He does, but then that's what I'm asking. Who's the third driver then? Is it going to be Zane Smith again? I'm assuming because what he did for Daytona. That's what my guess is going to be Zane Smith.
Well, you're bringing up something I wasn't aware of. I'm just reading you the.
My guess. Well, we can research it more, but I'm assuming if they're going to bring in a third car, it's going to be Zane Smith. But yes, Todd Gilliland is part-time, so that could be looked into more, yeah.
Okay. With the retirement of Kevin Harvick, Anheuser-Busch isn't too happy about that, and the Stewart Haas.
Yes, I did. They want to stay in the sport. But who wants it? Who's the top runner?
Ross Chastain.
If
that happens, Trackhouse is solid for years.
But today, when that person tweeted that, guess who quoted that tweet and commented?
All right, who? Because I don't do Twitter.
Kyle Busch. She goes, that looks like right down my alley.
Well, you never know.
Ross or Kyle, who you want?
I think Kyle is just fine. I'm sure he's looking for more dollars.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see that Anheuser-Busch.
The thing is, if it goes to whoever it goes to, Anheuser is the primary sponsor. So who's the one struggling for sponsors right now? Ross isn't really. Don't get me wrong, they have a lot of sponsors, but Kyle Busch is the one who doesn't really have a primary besides 3Chi. So, I mean, who are they going to knock off for Ross? Through Advent Health or whatever that health company is?
They can divert a lot of that to Daniel.
I'm sure, but if I'm a company and what Ross did last year with all the publicity he did for that riding the rink and getting in. If I was a sponsor, I'd be like, I'm going to sponsor Ross. I'm not sponsoring Trackhouse in the drivers. It's Ross. So if you divert me to Daniel Suarez, I'm out. I'm pulling because they don't want to sponsor him. I know I know a lot of companies sponsor both, but if I was a company with Ross, I'm like, I'm sponsoring Ross, not Daniel. It's like DuPont going from Gordon and then, let's swap it to Jimmy. Even though that's not really a good example, but let's say
No, it makes sense. But I can also very much see Anheuser-Busch picking Ross over Kyle because I think they just get more bang for their buck.
yeah.
Do you remember? And man, this just popped into my head. A commercial. Man, I wish I could remember who and what was involved. Where they were picking off something like a can or something off of the wall, hitting it just perfectly. I can see him doing a watermelon with a beer on it and then catching the beer. You know what I'm saying? Doing a turnaround and catching the beer.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I because obviously Budweiser was Dale Earnhardt, and then I went to Harvick, and then I went to Anheuser-Busch. So I don't know if they'd stick with Anheuser-Busch or Busch or whatever, but I wouldn't mind seeing a Budweiser red car back at some point.
I wouldn't either, and put it on. If I were with Anheuser-Busch, again, nothing against Kyle Busch because I'm
yeah. Well,
very
look at the name kind of fits. Kyle Busch, Anheuser-Busch.
I would still go with Ross just because there's a longevity that could be experienced. Let's face it. I mean, I know that Kyle signed, I think, a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to back, just like Kevin's doing right now, and go coach his kid, just like Bill Elliott did with Chase. And I think Kyle's going to do the same thing with Keelan.
Yeah. No, Keelan is Harvick's kid. What is Bush's? Braxton,
yes. Braxton.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Another little sponsor thing, kind of a little segue. For the longest time, who was the drink company that was associated with Hendrick?
Pepsi?
They're no longer. It's Coca-Cola.
Really?
At least with Chase. So I'm assuming if they're going with that, that's all Hendrick. It has to be. You can't just Coca-Cola him and everybody else Pepsi. So there's rumors going around that he's going to have a Pepsi car, a Coca-Cola themed car coming around.
Well, I saw, oh man, who was it they were posting out there today?
It's
Suarez?
Stenhouse, the 47. Stenhouse is having a
in
Coca-Cola.
the Coke Zero.
Yeah, that's real. But the sponsorship of Coca-Cola with Chase is real also. But also, it's kind of back in the day, with Gordon and Jimmy Johnson slapping Coca-Cola off their cars when they win because they're not associated with Coke or they're Pepsi. They got trouble for it. So them sponsoring Coca-Cola on Chase, that means Hendrick is no longer associated with Pepsi. And they were there with them for 20 plus years. If you remember, Junior was a Mountain Dew car, and Amp, that's all Pepsi.
Absolutely.
And Gatorade, Pepsi. So That's actually really big. That's a lot. That's a big company. So there's rumors going around he's going to have a Pepsi primary car at some point. Expect that. I would expect that announcement at some point.
That would be interesting.
I
don't know. I
can try to find. Yeah, no, it's real. You see the photo, damn it. It's a real sharp looking car. I can land it and show it. I don't know if you can see
well,
that.
I thought Stenhouse. Yeah, there you.
Sharp looking car.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Now, if this a real or is this a leak, I don't know. But he is sponsored by Coca-Cola now, so I expect.
Again, like you said, years of PepsiCo.
Yep.
With Hendrick Association, and like you said, Junior with Mountain Dew and Amp, and
yep,
that's weird. So, all right, I think we've beat all that to death. Do you have anything else news-wise that caught your attention?
Yeah, I'm just reading the Hendrick Motorsports put out a thing, trying to see if they're actually going to say there's a car. Throughout the 2023 season, Atlanta-based Coca-Cola will appear as an associate sponsor for the Elliott's race cars, beginning with Sunday's Daytona 500. The iconic brand will also adorn the number 9's uniforms and equipment. Coca-Cola is proud to welcome Chase to its Coca-Cola Racing family. I was just seeing if they're going to sponsor a race. It doesn't say. Chase is oh, it doesn't say. It just says that they are a sponsor for the 2023 season, associate sponsor of Elliott's cars, beginning with this year. Now,
it would be interesting to see. I guess I didn't notice if Pepsi's been on any of the cars this year. Which I would assume not.
Well, I do know 2 years ago Mountain Dew was the last year, which is Pepsi with Chase, because that's the primary, because he had that, and then he went to A-Shock energy drink, and then they dropped last year, and here we are now. Coca-Cola has joined an associate, so we'll see if they continue more than that.
Okay.
But yeah, if you any other news, yes. Fact. NASCAR dropped new rules package, short track and road courses.
All right, let's hear it.
Among the changes are a 2-inch rear spoiler, a reduction, the current 4-inch blade, in addition to several tweaks underneath the car. Those include the removal of 3 diffuser strakes. I'm assuming the ones that go out the back, they remove 3 of them. Engine panel strakes and trimming and diffuser outer fencing. So they're taking out a lot of the underneath of the car.
Good.
All changes were run together during the second day of the January test in Phoenix. This basically adds up to a 30% downforce reduction. We are now at a downforce level that we haven't been in since pre-2000s, they state. Like mid-90s, apparently. This is what I like about it, because they would have done this without this reason. Much of the direction of these changes were inspired by the Garage 56 program by Hendrick Motorsports. We said this, if nobody's been paired, listen, but when NASCAR was watching closely what Hendricks was doing with the Garage 56 car, how they were making it go fast and do stuff. So this was inspired by their changes. Chevy and Goodyear were working closely to compete for the Le Mans. We put our heads together, came up with a greatly reduced downforce package, because one of the things that drivers kept saying was with the car, tires had too much grip and the brakes had too much, or good. So we're basically taking a big swing at this if it works. And they put their heads together and they came up with this, and they're going to put out this rule package starting with what races? I read it earlier.
Phoenix? Maybe Martinsville.
All road courses will see this package used as well. However, these elements, there were another element tested at Phoenix, mufflers. They're gonna put it on mufflers for the Clash and Chicago Street. Did work. Short tracks. I don't know what it means.
Phoenix would be the first short track.
I think it is Phoenix. The package debuts Sunday, March 12th at Phoenix.
There you go. I figured that'd be with what you're talking about.
We wanted to keep it simple, so let's start with the mile and under. Obviously, Dover and Bristol would fall in that category, but a lot of teams suggested not to do Bristol, Dirt, and Dover, that package. It says right here, I just wish you could tell me what rate, but anything that's short, I'm assuming anything under a mile and a half is going to see it besides Dover and Bristol. Bristol Dirt. Anything under...
You know, that's one of my favorite places.
anything under a mile and under. I'd have to go research how many tracks that is. But yeah, no, that's gonna be good because it's gonna allow it's gonna be drivers, and you have to drive the car now. It's not gonna just, last year they were just riding around because they couldn't pass. They couldn't pass. Now they'll be able to pass to package. It's gonna be interesting. It seems like it's gonna be a lot freer of a car. I'm actually really excited for that change. Thank God for Hendricks Motorsports doing this car, for opening NASCAR's eyes to rule change. Package change. Okay, here it is. The package will have slight modifications in car that will significantly decrease downforce by the vehicles. This configuration will be utilized at all tracks where wet weather will be required. That means the Charlotte Roval, Chicago Street Court, Circuit of Americas, Indianapolis Motor Road, Martinsville, New Hampshire, North Wilkesboro, Phoenix, Richmond, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen. There it is.
So they're giving it more into the hands of the driver. And
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. I do. We've been bitching about this car and the undercarriage ever since they started getting stuck on the track at Vegas last year. So I like it. I like it a lot. Let them race. I mean, isn't that the kind of subtitle of our fantasy league, is let them race?
Yeah. In other news, with Martin Truex losing a tire, he lost 2 crew members, first one of the year.
Yeah, I
He
saw that.
lost tire changer and a jack man. We'll admit how many races? He'll miss.
I think it's just one.
No, it's 2. We'll miss Las Vegas and Phoenix as a penalty.
No. Okay.
That's the new updated one. Better than 4 races and 4 crew members. What it was.
And $20 million.
Yeah. The other one, there's other couple news I can just touch on. Kurt Busch still having concussion symptoms. Sucks for him. He must have got his bell rung.
That hit at Pocono was a lot worse than what it looked like. That's for sure.
Yeah, he had to have some mad whiplash when that. Oh, I was watching Dale Earnhardt because he has his podcast, and there's a little snippet on his YouTube channel. I was watching it today, and it's a little cool fact about Kyle Busch's team. The only person that is the same crew member on that team besides the crew chief is the Jackman. Everybody else is different. Everybody.
That's on the 8. That's on the 8 team.
8, yeah, the 8 car, yeah. Everybody's different they're from other teams that just came together.
It's working.
No. Yeah. Well, one of them I forgot what it was. One was from the 23 car. One was from Ty Dillon's old car. Like, so it's a lot of talent from other drivers. I was pretty impressed by because it wasn't just a hot seat there, so seat swap. It's all new. It's literally a brand new team. It's not as a driver swap. It's literally everything besides crew chief.
Like I said, whatever they're doing, it's working.
Other than that, nothing. Oh yeah, you want to touch on Joe Nemechek winning the Xfinity, which he's finally coming around.
That's John Hunter.
John Hunter, not Joe Nemechek.
Yeah.
John Hunter. Sorry, John Hunter.
I'm sorry, that was after my bedtime. I know he won.
I totally forgot about it. I was watching, and then I got on Twitter and it says John Hunter won. Oh shit! Forgot they're doing after the Cup.
Yep, they had to. But yeah, John Hunter Nemechek, congratulations. So, all right, are you ready to do some picking?
Yeah, because I'm just scrolling through other things. There's really nothing that's popping up. That's yeah. Everything I say and I talk about, we talk.
All right.
To win? I mean, I got to go with the guy on the hot streak, Kyle Busch, right? Like, it's his track. He's always good there. He's in probably the best equipment he's had in probably 5 years. And he's got support. So I'm going to say Kyle Busch to win.
Okay. I'm going to go with the guy with a chip on his shoulder right now. And that's Truex.
Okay.
I'm going to go with him. Who's your dark horse? 25 or below.
Tyler Reddick. I mean, he can't have 3 bad races in a row, right?
Okay. I'm going to go with the low-hanging fruit on this one and Bell.
Christopher Bell's not first. Christopher Bell's 15th in the points.
What I'm seeing...
I'm literally looking at the points right now. He's 15th.
Then what the am I looking at? All right. Go to...
You got William Byron. You can choose from Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace.
No. Hang on.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe.
I don't understand why I'm getting these. I gotta find out if you're right or not. Cup Series, schedule results, playoffs, charter. Why am I still got to learn how to work this thing. Why? Why? All right. Cups here. I don't mean to be doing dead air here. I don't want to do dead air. Why is this?
I can label them off for you, and
No. I'm gonna find it.
you need to download the NASCAR app. Do that, and then you'll be fine.
Is that what it is?
You're probably on the NASCAR whatever site. If you download the NASCAR app, you can go literally. It'll go to standings, and it'll pop up.
All right, give me 25 on down.
25
'Cause
is Eric Almirola, then it's Bubba Wallace, then Noah Gragson, William Byron, Justin Haley, BJ McLeod, Eric Jones, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece, JJ Yaley, Ty Dillon.
Briscoe. I'm going with Briscoe.
I said there's Briscoe in there and Tyler Reddick. There's guys who are just.
He's fighting for his job. Tony was clearly not happy with him.
He got an extension.
Yeah, well.
I mean, that could be broken.
I could tell. He wasn't. I'll go with Briscoe. I got it wrote down. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, other than I'm going to do some promoting here, unless you have anything else.
Nope. That's it.
All right. Again, if you're watching us, you know we're basically on all platforms.
All audio platforms.
Yes. We're on YouTube.
I highly suggest watching YouTube if you can, because there's information there. You can see us face to face. Like, it's not just audio. Audio is only singular. I like watch YouTube. I can watch YouTube podcasts. I watch video. I rather watch video. But yeah.
NASCAR-nation.com. It's going to be up there, which is the YouTube broadcast, so you can see us there as well. We also post a link to NASCAR Only on Facebook, which again will take you to the YouTube. And we have a kind of, I don't want to say special, but we do have an announcement. We have worked out a deal where moving forward, hopefully almost every race, after the race, we are going to do about a 10 or 15 minute quick hit on a YouTube channel called The Racing Way, where Brian and I will just get together. We'll do a little bit of an analysis, a quick rundown of the standings after the race, the winners after the race. Now, we understand by doing this that nothing is official. I think it's until Tuesday. So, what we say then could change by Tuesday or Wednesday, but we're doing another endeavor. Hopefully it'll help us help the dude that owns the YouTube channel, but it's just branching out a little bit more, and hopefully it'll work. So you can check us out there. Now I'm going to do a caveat. I got a kind of job where I got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So when there's night races, it ain't gonna happen, because I'm in bed with the DVR on and watching it the next day. But when we have normal races on Sunday afternoon, and they normally get done around 6 o'clock-ish East Coast time, Brian and I are going to try and jump on there and do a 10-15 minute hit and see what happens. So, again, Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. on YouTube. We're on Facebook, and of course, like Brian said, audio, all platforms out there. I want to encourage everybody, please join us in our fantasy league. We want to have people to talk about. Right now, it's just me against the kid, and I'm winning. So let's get some other folks in there. You got all year. Nothing really matters till we get to the playoffs, because that's when they reset everything. But we can have some weekly winners. Join us. Let's have some fun. I'm done unless you got anything else.
Oh, that's it. Hey.
All right. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you after Vegas.
All right. See you later.